Welcome everyone. Well, we're back again at a point where I've got no idea what I'm going to do. It sounds fairly normal, I suppose. But in the last week or so, we've all gone through a major change that presented to you the elegance of the energies that you contain and allowed you to feel the effect of being that infinite trust we can't explain, that we all know. It doesn't mean anything else but infinite trust. And when we first approached that, it was quite unusual to not have any explanation for something that you knew so well. And as soon as I said it was infinite and beyond even your concept of God or your concept of your Creator, you knew exactly what I was talking about. In feeling the beauty of that connection, where it contains everything, we went a little bit further and talked about how everything is programmed automatically within that single line of infinite trust, and how you feel the subtleness of it in your heart as soon as we start to talk about it. The energies that followed that awareness in some people were quite excessive, and in other people they felt a loss when they walked into energies that were a little bit strange. I want to go a little bit deeper into it all and tell you that there's a lot more. When I talk about infinite, we're talking about the infinite that has no end, not just another saying. And so what is available to you is infinite. It takes a very special interaction with every one of us to allow us to actually even consider going past what we think is infinite. And without us all experiencing that feeling, we won't go there. And the reason for that is because it feels a little bit outside of our field. But the moment I talk about infinite trust without any explanation, it's fine. You can go as far as you like and you feel comfortable. You feel stable, and you know that there's not one energy in the world that can disturb it. This is the gift you have for one another, to allow yourselves to actually move past the limitation of even infinity. It sounds funny that infinity is limitation, doesn't it? But it is. Where we're going is to where there's no limitations at all. To where there is no point of focus. There's just that single line that we know about. Back to where we came from. To the nothingness of everything. And as soon as I start to talk about other things, you'll find the creation of artificial vibrations that you've lived in for many years will actually just fall away. You won't bother with it anymore. You won't even attempt to create a vibration that's foreign to that infinite trust. Because you know that the infinite trust contains everything. It contains all vibrations. It's infinite. And it's you. every description that you've ever had can fall away because you are infinite trust. And now we've approached that, we can go into that infinite trust and see what it does. We went through programming that infinite trust simply with the ability for regeneration of your body. And we just looked at the infinite trust and looked at the vibration that started in our bodies. And we did nothing. And then we decided that's okay, that can run automatically, and we left it there. And for many, you've felt that operating in your body ever since that simple statement. We talked about food and how our sensitivity to food is nothing like what we think it is. Because in that infinite trust we know exactly what we should and shouldn't eat in every second. Not as a recipe that you hang on the wall. But each time you need something you will know. Each time you approach something you will get a distinct signal. And we decided that's a good thing to have running automatically. And it went straight in there. And we decided that can stay forever. And there is never an ounce of doubt that that's staying forever. So that we have the skills and we don't have to even talk about them. In that field, which is a really fine single line to infinity, every program is contained and run without our interference. So all the things we've done in the past won't necessarily suit us because they were things that we had to do ourselves. Where we are now is we understand the capacity of that infinite trust and the massive supercomputer that's in there somewhere that looks after everything for us. So by observation we can see what should be in there. So we can observe our interaction with people, our interaction with the world, our interaction with ourselves. And we can see that there are many, many components around us that need to run automatically. With the feedback signal of harmony. It's just like your air conditioner. You set it to 65 or so, and that's the set point. The set point we have is harmony. And so while any part of our system is out searching for what's wrong, it actually keeps adjusting until it feels harmony. So anything you put into infinite trust will work that way. We have the ability to do things for ourselves. And we went through how that becomes a load because we start to gather things and we start to manifest things to the stage where we have so many things, all we're doing is maintaining the things. And we go on holidays to get rid of things. We still take the family and the dog and the cat and the whole lot, and we've got to get away from all the things. The way to put yourself into holiday mode permanently is to allow yourself the privilege of self-programming through your infinite trust. And that privilege is yours to take, and you only have to set a program once, and it's done for life. Why that can happen now is because the whole vibration in the world and in the universe is at a point where it can go off into a different orbit. It can change direction, and you can reload your base program within your body, within your being, and with everything else. Now that we have that opportunity, it's important to know that you can't make a mistake. No matter what you do, it will come out perfectly. Because the nature of infinite trust is you totally. And there is no such thing as something missing, and there's no such thing as a mistake. When we look at the fact that we have inside us not just a sense, but a total knowing that we feel young. A total knowing that we're much lighter and much brighter than what we appear on the surface. To allow that to be in our program and run automatically is something that gives you the privilege of enjoying every moment of your life. Because every moment there is a growth, a happiness, a sparkle, and a knowing of your own presence that takes your attention every minute. And if we can have that happening, nothing in the universe will even touch our being, because the most important thing to us is the feeling of our own presence. And we've missed it, and we understand it, and we know the excitement of waking up and feeling, wow, what am I going to do with this today? And the excitement of possibility is within you every moment. And it overshadows all the questions that we've had in the world in a fraction of a second. Nothing can exist in the presence of that joy. We have no questions. We have no problems. The events of the world are just events, and they're all well within our means. Everything that is placed upon us will just fall away because we're so absorbed by our own presence. And you'll notice that I've jumped way past all the previous words of divine self, higher self, all that. And we've gone straight to the real thing, where the infinite trust is you. And if you try to relate that to anything, you'll find you're blank. You're totally blank. So where I'm going to take things now is a little bit further than the infinite. So if you can imagine just beyond the infinite, just beyond everything you can possibly imagine, and just beyond that again. You're all of a sudden feeling quite excited. And you don't know why. But that's where we live. That's where our joy is. On the edge of the impossible. That's what we're bringing to this world. Everything that's ever led us anywhere has not been good enough because we weren't on the edge of the infinite. And we're ready to step beyond it and make this world totally beyond the infinite. Good. That's a good feeling. And that's the feeling I wanted from you all. We've started. Great. So beyond the infinite is our home. Beyond the infinite, we have power. And beyond the infinite, we have a joy that you can't jump over. And that is where the magic starts. In the near future, you'll start to feel that place beyond the infinite, and it will get bigger and bigger to where you'll be so familiar with it, you won't want anything else. You feel your heart opening up and filling your body. You'll feel the world is a beautiful place, but it's got nothing on where you are. And so you'll reopen your eyes to what's here. You'll re-experience everything on this earth. And you'll re-experience everything in your body. In re-experiencing, you get a chance to do it again. This is what you've always known. And you can only do that from that point beyond infinity. So re-experiencing infinite trust is not enough. Because as I said, infinite trust, you've felt us go backwards. Because it's the infinite beyond the infinite where we've gone. And we've stepped right out there. And now we have some control over ourselves. We have control that we don't need, that we don't want, and that we're not interested in. And because of that, the tiniest thing in our life will be reprogrammed immediately to maintain us out there in that infinite, in the infinite place that is not a place, but it's a joy and an excitement, and it's somewhere we really, really know. And every second you're out there, you'll feel it feeding back into the physical world. You'll feed joy and harmony and youth back into your body. And you'll realise how big and influential your body is, because you're out there where the source of its whole drive originates. And so the concept that we have a body that is separate from us reverses. So that we're beyond that infinite, we then become a part of our body in a whole different way. We're finer. We penetrate everything and we know it's happening. And we experience from our body the things that we never thought we could experience before. Simply because we are re-entering the massive being that we are, from infinity to here, by being outside the maximum that we can possibly imagine in the infinite world. So it's a new start. It's a new start to every cell in your body, to every sense in your being. It's a new start. And this time, we can make it right. And we know we can make it right in an instant. Because we've got the opportunity to do it ourselves and not worry about any influence. From out there, it's just you. And when we stretch beyond where we think is as far as we can possibly go, we see it opening up again. Just like the birth of a star. And when you can stretch that far, you'll experience the same thing as the birth of a star. Where your whole self comes into that one part and then just explodes back through everything. And then you know who you are. The explanation disappears. But what we've done is we've taken ourselves to a possibility and we've felt it and we know, wow, that was great. But that's just the start. Because I've just expanded again. Where did I go? What have I touched? What elements am I playing with? How does that all feed back into this being? And so we've got a whole new aspect of life to play with. One that is so brilliant that it reverses even chemistry. It reverses everything. Because you're allowed to bring it to where you want. Every moment will bring to you something that you've never felt before. Simply because you've gone beyond the infinite. In a way that you've never thought was possible. And we just did it by sitting here and saying, okay, let's go on a trip. And you know that you're there. You can feel it and you know that you have connections with your body that you never thought you had before. And it's not just through the top of your head, and it's because it's all around you. It's infinite and it's in every direction. And it allows you to really have fun with this massive gift that you've been given. The one that you're going to re-enter from a whole different direction than you ever have before. So having that capability, you know from a whole different level that you're not going to make a mistake. No chance. And so every interaction you have with yourself will be perfect. And there'll be no interaction with any other person, just you with you. And the fact that the part of somebody else that you see belongs to you, and the part of you that they see belongs to them, really hits home. Because you are re-entering and you're making every part of you perfect. So there is no such thing when you re-enter yourself in such a big way. There is no such thing as the interaction with another person that can disturb you. It's like trying to separate yourself from your fingers. You can't do it. Or if you do, it hurts. So as you come from that infinite power and you explode out into infinity, you have more access. I want to just leave you all to sit with that for a little bit. And I'd like to just have some light music if we could, because it is something that belongs to you, and I would love it to just be with you for a while. To feel yourself beyond the infinite. So now you'll feel there's another connection. And it's so clear. It's nothing like we've felt before. It's at a whole different level, and it's easy. And the more you relax, the more you'll feel it. That connection is what brings the fineness and the calmness and smoothness into our energies, where everything is as smooth as silk, where every part of our life moves easily, and where everything is programmed automatically. You'll all recognise that within one another. It's a very subtle connection, and it's a very, very fine vibration from the infinite. And that indicates to us another reality. A reality that is built from deep within our heart. And in that reality, you will reshape your future and reshape everyone that you come across with no effort and with no thought. We're starting to feel the parts of us that are infinite, that are way beyond what we used to call divine. And they are so easy on us, easy on the world, easy on the universe, that we find we're starting to fit into the world, into our body, into the universe, and most certainly into the infinite. And in that connection, there is not even a question of trust. It just is. It's totally beyond even trust. And this is where we run automatically at a level of intelligence that you could never imagine with your brain. We're starting to tap the infinite intelligence that is so comfortable and so natural for us that it won't be long before everything we do in this world will be simple, totally intelligent, and comfortable. This is what we all know. It's what we've always known. And it's more than deep in our hearts. It's beyond the beyond. As we sit with it, you'll find that you're accessing a lot more than what I'm talking about. You'll find that you're so expansive that nothing's a problem. You don't even know what a problem is. And you'll find that you're starting to program the cells of your body to allow them to all fall back into place where they should be. You'll feel it happening. It may not show straight away, but you'll know that's what you're doing. Because that's your natural state. Very intelligent, very inquisitive beings that can support the body and all around it and everything that's been a mystery over the years with simplicity and ease and without even asking how. So with that massive intelligence, you can now start to play. And you'll play very safely and very securely with knowing. And you'll bring things into reality in the world that you never thought you would bother with before. Because of the simplicity of where you are sitting, it's not hard to try whatever you feel like. And the energies that are flowing through you now are much, much more than they were when you walked in. But you're still very, very comfortable. Because with the increase in energies has become a fineness that tends not to disturb, but tends to give you strength and courage that builds the structure of your being so that it can hold your body in a perfect place, so that it can rebuild anything that it needs to rebuild. What we're talking about is not new to you. But you've never realised it was here before. And in that realisation, I'd like to just add a little bit of a twist to say that we've just started, but we're only going in one direction. We're multidimensional. Look what's going to happen when we start to go in more than one direction. And we're just playing with entry into the first part of one direction. Just feel the possibilities. You can see what I mean. We are just starting. And it's a brilliant life that's been offered to us. And what will happen is your sense of time will change. And your past will not be very important. It will shrink. The effect of your past on you will be a minor part of your being. It will be a minor part of your existence. Because you're starting to feel the real you. And the real you is endless, infinite, and beyond the imagination of the body you have now. So in a very short time, you'll realise that what you thought was a long time, getting to where you are now will seem like the blink of an eye. So instead of us coming to the end, we're coming to the start. And there's no description for what has passed. The description is for what is here. So I think we might just slowly have a break and just mill around a little bit. Be very, very careful with yourselves for a bit and enjoy the fineness of your energy. Thank you. So now that you've had a bit of a break, you can feel that what we were talking about before the break is still there, but it's changed. And that's what I wanted you to feel. So it's slipped into a permanent hole and it's not as overwhelming. But it's still there and it's a little bit more subtle. But as soon as I mention infinite, beyond the infinite, and let's go past that again, you'll feel it rise. Not as much as before, but you can feel it rise. So it's that quick for you to embed into yourself the knowing of yourself. And right from this point, I can say, remember what I said about all coming together, or all of you, yourself, coming together and then going whoosh, right throughout the universe. It doesn't have the same effect because you're already there. Good. Everything will move so fast now that each experience will just slip into place. And you'll say, yeah, that fits, that fits, that fits. Come on, give me some more. And this is the nature of our being. We are brilliant, brilliant beings. And that expansion rate that we're looking at has never been seen in the universe before. So be aware that if you're feeling a little bit rattled, who cares? We're just moving through it. And you don't have to fix anything, you just keep going. There'll be times when you feel like you've moved through a rainstorm, but just keep going. It will disappear and you'll come out the other side with everything glowing. The little bits of interference that you'll get when you walk away from here are not even important. Some of them might feel really intense, but that's when you just have to find somebody else to balance it out. And as soon as it balances out, it's gone, because we are working on a feedback of harmony. And harmony feels beautifully soft, silky and smooth. And that's what you feel through your being. Each time you switch back in, and it will become so familiar to you that every movement will become smooth. Every interaction will become smooth. Your speech will just work in with others. Your attention will be so precise that you miss nothing. And you'll be able to multitask without any effort at all. So everything that's happening in the room, you're fully aware of. Every one you're fully aware of. everyone in the universe you'll be fully aware of. Sounds a little bit beyond the physical being, doesn't it? Because it is. You're now using your universal self in conjunction with your physical being. Your universal self can support the infinite. And I said support. So as you go further, you are going further into the world of your Creator. Good. Each time I talk of a morning and I bring through Simeon, who is, as many of you know, basically my twin that is in an area that's not problems by the densities we have. And he says, good morning or good afternoon, this is Simeon, coming to you from the outer reaches of the universe, bringing you energies to support your day and to take you further into the world of your Creator. And he's said that every morning for the last couple of years. We're all now starting to know what that means. Energies to support your day and to take you further into the world of your Creator, which is further into the infinite. So when we spoke about infinite trust, it just seems small now, doesn't it? So as you work your way further into the world of your Creator, you will see that it's endless, exciting, with joy that is far beyond anything we've ever experienced before. And each moment is different, and each moment is better. So that's where we're walking, that's where we're going to play with all sorts of things in the future. That's where we're going to be able to make a difference. We've invited ourselves into the big house. And there's a lot of things to find in there. It takes your concepts and throws them out the window because they don't mean anything. It takes all your difficulties and says, what do you mean, difficulties? You've just got a few things in the wrong place. And you don't have to fix anything. Everything fits correctly. And you experience that just with us taking you there. Everything fits correctly. Things move. And you'll find that in the physical world, because it's reflecting your very, very fine input, there will be things that change, things that go out of your life, things that come into your life without you doing anything. And each one of them you'll see and you'll say, yes, because that's part of your heart's desire. And you only know what your heart's desire is when it appears. You think you know. But when it appears, you get so excited and you say, yes. And that'll be happening to you every day. The confirmations will just flow. And that excitement, you'll know, is your being. You'll know your own presence beyond anything else. So all the theory aside, it's simple. Everything we've done has taken us to total simplicity. Everything that will happen around you will be discarded if it doesn't have total simplicity. So you have a look at the children, how they can simply, very simply, operate the electronic gadgets that we can't even start on. Because they're already there and they're already experiencing the infinite. So simplicity is not what you think simplicity is. Simplicity is you don't have to do much for everything to happen. Doesn't mean everything won't happen. And it doesn't mean you won't have really extensive, complex equipment around you. It means it will be totally easy. The simplicity that we're looking for is one that demands no thought. It demands that massive intelligence that comes from the divine and beyond. It's that intelligence that starts at the divine and spreads into that infinite nothingness that we're all so familiar with. And that intelligence does not appear in our head. And it doesn't appear on a piece of paper. And it never needs to be proven. It is so massive that we could never test it. Because it follows every moment in your world and in the universe. And it knows exactly what to do. It knows what's right and what's wrong in every moment. It knows what you have to listen to in every moment. And it knows that it can never make a mistake. There is no percentage that you could apply. There is never a mistake, because it is the infinite working in the infinite. And it projects into this world because we're here to do that. So if you have a look at the brilliance of yourselves, sitting in a room, going way out beyond everything, and going, wow, that was easy. That's what it's got to be like. That is what makes us happy. That's what makes us feel the harmony. And that's also what makes us happy to bring everything we know into this physical world. Without that simplicity and without that massive intelligence, we would not dare do what we're doing. Because you've seen yourselves what happens if you try to push major energies into the earth. We've all been involved over many, many centuries in things that didn't work because they were things. The only thing that works is the infinite, which we are. So we're going to explore way past even what we've gone today, from here on, and we're going to see our own brilliance grow to a point where it triggers all those people who are in the next line, where you'll get the same joy out of watching everybody go past you that I do. Just to see everybody light up and go way past where I am, that is such a feedback you would not believe. To know that we're here and we're able to project something that makes people remember. It's the essence of God that we talk about. That's all of you. And that doesn't even shock you. Because you go beyond even that definition. By so much that where we are disappears into nothing. To be able to say openly that I really honour the brilliance of each and every one of you. And I can see your individual paths reaching out in front of you. And you willingly saying, righto, let's go. We're out there. It's such an amazing honour. And why I'm talking about this, it's so that everything we've done will actually lock in and never be questioned. Because next week it'll just seem like the statement of infinite trust does today. It'll seem like we've left it behind. Because that was such a major step, and will be a major step for everybody in the future. That DVD we have of, I think it was last Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yes.
That will bring people to the point where they understand who they are without any thought or explanation. And from that point on, the reaction's over. That's why today there was no reaction. It was just, yeah, are we going that far? Great. And next week, we'll go further. And you feel what happened as soon as I said we'll go further? Feel the energy. You started already. Because you're sitting there saying, yeah, come on, go a bit faster, we can do this. And that's what we will do from here on. We will skip through things so fast you won't believe it. But on this occasion, I'm going to make sure that I don't go much further than this, because it's another major step you've just taken. And you may feel it in your body. Who cares? That's what happens. And if you do what I used to do, when my body didn't like the movement, I'd just tell it to behave or I'll get another one.
Probably works better for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm amazed that joke still goes over well.
Can we use that energy? Can we
Yes.
it feels good. So is there a way that we could like?
Of course, that's why it's yours.
Yeah.
Most of the energies that belong to you, that you've felt all the way through, as you've moved, you haven't done much with except said that's really nice. When you get to the point that you're starting to feel now, that's why you ask the question. You'll use that energy. You'll use it for all sorts of things because you're proud of it, and you should be proud of it. And you really don't need any instructions. But what will happen is you'll question yourself. Can I do this? Don't hesitate to call me, because I'll confirm it for you. And in that confirmation, you're away. Because the only thing that's holding you back is the question, can I?
So I'm having mixed emotions right now.
Ah, good.
It's like I have extreme joy but extreme sorrow and sadness. Is that because we're not there all the time?
No, you're just leaving behind,
Okay.
what was very valuable to you.
Yeah.
But remember, you're restarting.
Okay. I was just wondering because I
Yeah.
was having this little grief section
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, it'll just follow through because you're walking away,
Yeah.
you've gone way, 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 and then you're rebuilding. And, even having a slight change to your body for any reason can feel that way. Where you're going, though, is way, way ahead of where you are. Physically. Ahead, yeah. Physically. But don't use that as a measuring stick, because you'll end up back there. And the way you end up back there is you can never go out of where you are, but you will never stop programming yourself verbally, and you'll keep yourself down. As soon as you stop, you're back up there again. The only person who can bring you down is you. Nobody else. And the only information that ever comes to you is direct to you, never through anyone else. So that's why when we sit together, it's such an honour to see you so open to allow all this to happen. Because it's you, totally. Each one of you, totally and separately. Having fun together. The biggest thing that you'll feel after this is a tremendous respect from your Creator. A tremendous respect. And I cannot describe that for you, but you'll feel it and you'll know what it is. Because you've invited yourself into the world of your Creator. So watch for it. It's very subtle and it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling.
When you told us that we needed this username and password, and that was relating to accepting our divinity.
Yes.
Is this what you mean?
You've gone past it. Way past it. Unless you logged in, you couldn't even approach the concept of what was happening. Because it's only the divine self that can start to invite itself into the world of the Creator. And that's done by that recognition of the fact that you are infinite trust. And that recognition of infinite trust starts to program everything automatically to the point where you go, that's working good. I can step past this. And as soon as I mention the infinite, beyond the infinite, you even left the automatic programming behind. And you went further, and then it was just like the birth of a star. If you've watched that happen, they do it so well on the videos, where the star comes together and then it just bursts into life. And that's what you did. And now you are feeding yourself with such fine energies that you will reprogram yourself and every part of you and everything around you. And you will find yourself tracking at very high speed directions and changes that a belief system cannot keep up with. Yeah.
I guess years ago, I had a dream of that there were 7 heavens and 3 hells.
Mm-hmm.
First hell is fun, caring, acceptance, sex, love, sincerity, and then determination.
Mm-hmm.
3 hells are denial, unwillingness, and then insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of let it go because I didn't know what it meant. And then as we do this work, it was all about expansion. You know, I'm like, what is expansion? And just now I kind of got, it's the quality of the life. And going out and coming back and having that, because it's all within you. You know, hell is within you and what you can accept or experience. The joy and wonder of life.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
It is. And now, where you've gone, totally reprograms all of that, so none of that exists. It's only harmony.
Yeah, thank you.
So the harmony is the key feedback. And you feel it in your heart, and you wonder what the source of it all is. Don't even bother wondering, just it'll be your friend. You'll feel it and you go, oh yeah. Don't be surprised if your chest gets sore. In the position we're in, you'll start to find out that things will come to you at the right time. So even an email will just turn up, even if you missed it. And you'll start to realise that you're all now about to take on your own leadership. So don't be surprised if you're all out there doing what I'm doing and me sitting in the audience. It is what must happen. It has to happen. And how that comes about doesn't matter. Just know that it will. You didn't turn up here to sit in the back seat. I want to show you once again how the music drives us, how it holds us there, how it brings emphasis to the energies of that infinite space. And we did this at several other gatherings, but this time you'll feel the difference. You'll feel the freshness, and you'll feel your ability to actually be part of the music. This is how we transmit ourselves, right throughout the physical plane. We transmit on the music. Feel infinity. And feel the tip of infinity. And you'll feel the music coming from that point. Good. And feel how you're the transmitter. Feel your unique frequency. Now engage your heart. Beautiful. Now just step past infinity. Feel the strength in that music. The music has stopped and you're still going. Feel the music of your being. Let it flow automatically. And open your eyes and see yourself in the room, but leave it flowing. Now imagine yourself walking through Manhattan. The music will carry you through anything and produce a silence in the madness of mad. This is the music you bring to the world. and it will be with you every day. Not just of your life, but every day. And you see, there's no desire to even turn it off. It's just free running. And we'll show you at some stage how this phenomena that you're just feeling actually produces free energy within you and for use in the world. And it's endless. Takes nothing to drive it except music. So thank you very much for a beautiful evening.
Thank you.
And I hope you go home with a magic gift that you'll never, ever lose. Thank you.